Welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into something pretty central for any company dealing with data, and let's face it, who isn't? We're looking at AWS Glue.
Yeah, it's a big one.
So imagine you could sort of overhaul your whole data setup, the old legacy systems, the messy bits, and build these really slick, modern data pipelines without ever touching a server.
Sounds almost too good to be true, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's basically the promise of AWS Glue, isn't it? Modernizing things, making it scalable.
It really is. And data these days, it's not just something businesses produce. It is the business in many ways.
Right.
But so many companies are still stuck wrestling with older systems, data stuck in silos, really complex infrastructure that's hard to manage.
Yeah, the spaghetti junction of data.
Precisely. And AWS Glue comes in as this serverless data integration service. It's specifically built to handle scale and really speed up that whole modernization journey.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. Serverless data integration.
Mm.
So at its heart, Glue is about simplifying things that used to be, well, a real headache.
Definitely.
You might have data coming from everywhere, right? Data lakes in S3, old databases, maybe streaming data, relational databases.
Then sometimes hundreds of sources, yeah.
Trying to pull all that together, make sense of it.
It's a huge challenge. And what's really interesting is how Glue makes that manageable. It kind of boils down to four main things.
Okay.
First, there's the automatic discovery and cataloging. It uses something called the Glue data catalog. Think of it like a super smart index for all your data wherever it lives.
So it finds the data and maps it out for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It looks at the data, figures out the structure, the schema, what kind of data it is, and puts all that metadata into one central place.
Ah, so teams can actually find and understand what data they even have. That sounds fundamental.
It is. Huge for governance and just making data discoverable, cuts down on so much manual work, and frankly, guesswork.
Okay, that's one. What's the second key part?
The second is that it's serverless. And this is a real game changer for many.
Right, no provisioning servers, no patching.
None of that. You don't worry about the infrastructure needed to run your data transformation jobs, your ETL jobs, extract, transform, load. Glue handles all that behind the scenes.
So the data engineers can just focus on the actual data logic, not keeping servers running?
Precisely. They focus on what needs to be done with the data, not the plumbing underneath. It scales up and down automatically based on the job.
That sounds liberating.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any hidden complexities there or things people need to watch out for even if it is serverless?
That's a good question. While you don't manage servers, you do need to think about how efficiently your actual transformation code runs. Optimizing your Spark jobs within Glue.
Ah, okay.
So if you write inefficient code, it might run slower or cost more. The focus shifts from infrastructure ops to optimizing the data processing logic itself. Still, usually a welcome trade-off.
Makes sense. So discovery and cataloging, serverless engine. What's number 3?
Flexibility. Glue is designed to work for different kinds of people, different skill sets. It really meets teams where they are.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you might have hardcore data engineers who love writing complex Spark code using Python or Scala for heavy-duty transformations. Glue supports that perfectly.
Right.
But you might also have, say, BI analysts or data analysts who are more comfortable with visual tools. For them, there's Glue Studio, a drag-and-drop interface to build data pipelines visually.
Oh, interesting. So it kind of democratizes building these pipelines a bit.
Exactly. Lowers the barrier to entry. And the fourth piece is robust workflow orchestration.
VB.
Meaning you can build complex sequences of jobs like step 1 ingests data, step 2 cleans it, step 3 validates it, step 4 loads it somewhere else. And these steps can depend on each other.
Ah, so like a production line for data.
Pretty much. It ensures everything runs in the right order, handles dependencies, retries failures. Really important for businesses with complex processes and, deadlines or SLAs.
Okay, so putting it all together, Glue brings automation, scale, and simplicity to what used to be this really tangled manual process. It cleans up the mess.
That's a good way to put it.
So let's connect this to the folks listening. If you're a business leader or maybe a data pro on the ground, what does using something like Glue actually mean for you?
Great question. For business leaders, 2 big things usually stand out. First, speed, time to value.
Getting insights faster.
Much faster. Getting data ready for analysis used to take weeks, maybe months sometimes. With Glue automating discovery and simplifying ETL, you can potentially shrink that down to hours or days.
Which means faster decisions, faster innovation.
Exactly. The business can move quicker. The second thing is cost, specifically total cost of ownership, or TCO. Because it's serverless, you're not paying for idle servers, no big upfront hardware costs. You pay for the compute time you actually use when your jobs run.
That classic cloud pay-as-you-go benefit.
Yep. Significant cost savings for many.
Okay, clear wins for the business side. What about for the data engineers, the analysts, the people actually working with this? Is Learning Glue just learning another tool?
I'd argue it's more than that. I think mastering AWS Glue can be a real career catalyst.
Yes.
Because you're not just building pipelines. You're enabling the cool stuff, AI, machine learning, real-time analytics across the whole company. Learning Glue means you're getting deep into things like Spark, which is huge in big data.
Right, that distributed processing engine.
Often using Python or Scala.
Yeah.
Plus, you're dealing with data modeling, how schemas change, data governance. These are really high-demand skills.
So it positions you for more senior roles, architect roles.
Absolutely. You become someone who understands how to build scalable, reliable data systems that drive business value. It definitely scales with your career ambitions.
That makes sense. But, having a great tool like Glue, that's only part of the equation, right? Tools alone don't guarantee success.
Oh, 100%. That's a crucial point. You need strategy. You need execution.
So how does that play out with something like Glue?
Well, successful adoption often involves more than just firing up the service. It takes strategic thinking. Many organizations work with expert partners, for example.
People who specialize in this stuff.
Yeah, people who can help design the right architecture using Glue, optimize it for cost and performance, make sure it's governed properly, and fit it into the bigger cloud picture.
And having skilled engineers in-house too, presumably.
Definitely. Skilled AWS data engineers, whether internal or partners, are key. They're not just technicians. They're the ones who understand how to connect Glue's power to actual business problems and opportunities. They're like modernization enablers. So yeah, Glue is incredibly powerful, but when you combine it with the right strategy and the right expertise, that's when it really becomes a multiplier for what you can achieve with your data.
So it really sounds like AWS Glue could be a kind of secret weapon, whether you're just starting to modernize your data or trying to scale things up significantly. It's about taming the complexity and unlocking value.
Well said.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. If you could truly unleash the full power of your organization's data, remove those bottlenecks, what new possibilities would that actually open up for you?
Yeah, that's the core question. And just remember, learning about these tools is great, but really understanding how and why to apply them, thinking critically about your own context, that's where the real value lies.
Yeah.
So stay curious, keep exploring these modern data approaches,